So here's a nice big fat Prairie King out sunning. No racers yet, but this is our first real good snake here. Saw a garter a little earlier, I just kind of didn't bother to catch. But he's doing this weird, like, shaking his head at me thing. It's kind of odd, but yeah, it's got the blotches down the middle of the back. Nice tannish gray color. Had a big rain yesterday, so not surprised to see a Prairie King out here on the road. First one of them I've seen since May of last year. Nice specimen. Here's a quick little piece of footage of a Redard Slider. Not uncommon, but just a nice Missouri classic here. Very common out on our prairies and in farmlands. About 10 a.m., mid-70s and heating up. I'm on a, a square of roads that I've seen a lot of stuff on before, Prairie Kings and garter snakes and box turtles and whatever. Hoping to see some racers today for you guys and get some film of them. Still road cruising. Here's a common snapping turtle. So one Prairie King, common snapper, Redard Slider, garter snake I didn't catch. 4 reptiles on the dia. Not bad. Just gonna let this guy kind of crawl into the roadside ditch here. Pretty country too. Okay, y'all, we're out here in central Kansas trying to see if we can see some snakes and some lizards. You guys on my YouTube channel have seen plenty of these before. Western slender glass lizard rode in west central Kansas, but first time for a friend of mine that's with me tonight seeing one of these guys. See if we can rustle up some snakes tonight. Not feeling too optimistic right now because the temperature's dropping, but at least we saw something cool. That same road in Kansas, we at least got a Massasauga. It's just hovering right around 80, so I was starting to doubt we'd see any snakes at all. But we at least got a nice western Massasauga out here soaking up the heat on the blacktop. And most people watching my Herping channel probably know, but for those who don't, Massasaugas don't get very big. They only get about 2 feet tops, so this is actually a decent sized adult. And they're very common in Kansas and western Oklahoma on the plains. Close cousin to the pygmy rattlesnakes that live in the eastern U.S. and in Missouri and Arkansas. It's being great. Yeah. So here's a plain spade foot toad being a great photo and video subject for us. Asphalt no longer feels any warmer than the air at all, so I think chances for snakes over, but this is pretty cool. I haven't seen a plain spade foot in a while. Cruising for the grass. Here is a nice big diamondback water snake just sitting in the grass for us. It was a very unlikely late night snake to cruise here with the rain coming down and at only 78 degrees, but nice little water snakes to find. Alright. We'll probably just let this guy slither on into the grass and roll on. So it's windy as all get out, but here's a nice little lifer. Really the only good chance for one I have this trip is a yellow mud turtle. You just see how he's like yellow on the sides of the shell. If he popped his head down, you could see that like his neck, the bottom of his neck is yellow as well. Just road cruising in this little prairie, central Kansas. And here's a second yellow mud turtle. Coming out of the woodwork now that the sun's out. I don't know if you can hear with all the wind, but there are killdeer like crazy in the background. Alright, so here's a nice big fat bull snake. The sun has got the snakes moving, man, in Kansas. He's kind of coiled up on the road, and I don't have anything for comparison, but this is a good 3.5 footer, maybe 4. It's a big boy. He was just sitting at the left side of the road, kind of basking. another big bull snake. Good morning to cruising all of a sudden. We've got 5 mud turtles and 2 bull snakes. So here's an ornate box turtle. Mid-80s, nice summer morning. Very stereotypical Kansas herping thing to see out here. Ornate box. So here's a yellow-bellied racer. Nice central Kansas find. And this one's so pretty. Look at that. How like pale grayish green he is on top. And then that bright yellow on the belly. And these are even prettier than the ones I've seen and not been able to catch in Missouri. We have a lot of these, but I always try to road cruise them and then they get off the road before I can even get a shot at them. This guy was just sitting there sunning. And thankfully I got about 3 feet away. Then he started to move, but I was able to catch him. Wow. Such sleek looking snake.